Hey guys, what is going on? So it's been a while since I posted a video. I've been working on a few bits here and there. Obviously, as you know from my previous videos, I've been allocated with quite a decent amount of capital now. So yeah, lots actually been going on with myself. I think as you do, as everyone kind of gets there in their journey, you you just tend to kind of do different things in your life once you've actually started getting a decent amount of capital in, and a lot changes. And I think for me, the main thing for me that changed was nothing. Actually, I'll be very honest with you, nothing really changed. I just became better at the things I was doing, and doing the simple things really well, and just being consistent with that. That's a very, very, very important point I'd just like to express, because of the main purpose that there's no need for you to change loads of things once you level up. In fact, what you should be doing right now is be doing all the things that you will be doing when you uh, believe the version of yourself will level up, only because really and truly you want to see um, a sustainable way of growing. So having processes, routines, and essentially just everything that you're doing now, but you're doing it a lot more confidently, a lot more automated, like robotic in a sense, where you don't think about it; it just happens, right, naturally. So these are some little bits. There's a nice little trade shaping up here, but by the time this video comes out, you will have probably missed it. You could go in a little bit tight here and probably just cover it right at the top. I mean, if you want to, or you could add a little bit extra, whatever really fits you. But there's a nice little trade in here where we could potentially see a short. I'll just zoom out to the higher time frame and we can see how that moved now. We can see something which is so important over here, and we didn't really reject from anywhere which was kind of significant like this, where we can kind of see like, oh, that was the key interesting point. But there was like this little correction over here, which if I just go into the 4 hour, it kind of just pumps out a little bit better, where when we had the push away, this was the first area where price essentially just created the accumulation. And the way I'm seeing this is price did come back up, but it came back up, took out the liquidity which was sitting in this area. It doesn't necessarily have to be that liquidity, but it would just kind of just broke above that. And then the mass psychology was we failed to actually get to this area. So this gap was actually probably very intentional. That's the way I'm seeing it. Now, not to say that eventually, we might not come down and we could come back up and fill it eventually. Yes, but you still have some room to capitalize in here. And I think that's the main important part, is just isolating these separate structures for what they are and then just trading the range. Because really and truly, if I was to get into this trade, not saying I would have, because it's not the cleanest and it's not something that I would have preferred only because of the irregularities of that. But what we did have was this structure, and then within that structure, I would have had an easy run to manage into here. And then at that point, maybe I would have been more aggressive, probably would have been taken out roughly around about here as it kind of just broke the low. And then as it pulled back up and then dropped, I would have just been out over here and just had to accept the fact that happened. But nevertheless, another great opportunity over here now. This one I would actually like to really just explain in the simplest way possible. Is you've got the area of liquidity sitting over here, right? You've missed it, which is not really, that's not really the miss, but we then failed to kind of commit to the downside. We pulled back up, but we didn't actually tap into it. We didn't break through it or anything. Then what happened was we came back down, and you could say that this was very corrective. And then what happened was we created two lows, and then we already had this liquidity area with the gap. And then what happened is we correctively came back up. Phenomenal, right? So that's the area of interest. Now, this is where a lot of people do also get trapped, because there's two things that you have to really look at. Now, if you're really ballsy, you could get into the market pretty much roughly around about this area and just play the area, knowing that, okay, we have a lot of confluences stacked in our favor, i.e., there's a lot of things you could probably force in here as well, right? But the main important thing is the psychology of just understanding all of this. And the main psychology here is that we've had the first area, we've had the near miss on the second area, we've come down, created a middle section, and then we've come tapped in up there. And now we've actually given ourselves a nice rejection where we've wicked through it, come back down, it's now bearish, and we could be seeing the momentum fall, right? We could see something similar in these areas where previous structure, let's just say we were looking at this, and what happened was, let's ignore the irregularity of that wick for a second, and let's just look at this section. And you can see here that we had structure isolated in itself, just this part of information here. And what happened was price came up, it near missed, created this gap over here. It created that section over here, which we just spoke about, and it came in, retraced, and then it committed, right? Looking back on this, actually, I think I would have probably still been in this trade had I taken it. Reason being is I would have most probably entered here. The 4 hours still phenomenal. I mean, this is one of the reasons why I think the 4 hours is actually very underrated for some particular pairs, especially US oil. So even with that, you know, you've got a clear runoff around about 4.3. You would have probably locked in around about 3. Yep. Given the time of day, yeah, you still would have been in that trade. And then what happened was it dropped off for an additional 6-ish%. At that point, there you're probably locking around about 5, maybe 5.5 to be fair, just to kind of go halfway through that candle. And then it just got corrective on the way down. And I think the clear sign was like, you know, this descending sort of correction is just not very sustainable. So you would have seen that and been a little bit more aggressive once you had that. Perhaps you would have been out of the market for around about 7.45. Personally, that's where I would have been out of the market. I wouldn't even be worrying too much about targets and things to the left. Like, yes, we did kind of come into that at the end, but sometimes it's just a little bit like there's just so many different variables. Like, you have to ask yourself, are we just retesting the back end of this to go higher? So we broke out, we come into this area, and then we pull back up. Like, there's so many different things where if I'm running around about 6-7%, I think I'm more than happy to just take it on the chin. And at that point there, just be like, well, I'll be more aggressive. And I'll just be very honest with myself and be like, well, it is what it is. So over here, look, this can easily form into a trap as well. But it's definitely one that is worth the confluence, in my personal opinion, because you've got internal structure leading into it. You've ended with structure as well, where you've got this, right? And then you're just gonna tighten that up a little bit. So you've got this. But the only thing is we did come in with a bit of a corrective squeeze. So the fact of the matter is we're kind of still within that and we're just squeezing. So really and truly, until we kind of have a solid follow through down here, that's when the real trades will be coming in. That's when you want to really be looking to get into this market, because that's where I can see it really holding. But understanding how US oil has been playing, I wouldn't be surprised if we just kind of aggressively dropped off a bit before we gave ourselves any clear entry, and we'd probably see something a little bit more complex. But we will have to wait and see how that shapes up. Nevertheless, this is looking actually very, very nice. I am personally going to be getting into this, just going to be waiting for a little bit more as well. But I'm very, very happy with this trade, to be honest. So I will be positioned in this area for shorts for sure. So that's basically it for WTI. But just wanted to kind of give you a bit of an update on what I've been looking at for the week. And yeah, so I'll just click through them. You can see that I'm just looking for very neutral on a lot of these pairs, to be honest. Not just looking for the long, aware of the shorts as well. It's just on the charts you're going to see the longs. Over here, EA, also looking for potential shorts. So we'll see how that shapes up later on this week. EJ, New Zealand CAD, New Zealand US dollar, Euro New Zealand, GBP Aussie, USD Swiss, and USD CAD. Some of them could take a little bit longer to develop. Some of them could maybe not even develop this week. It is what it is. That's just the level of trading and patience that has to be developed. But overall, really excited and happy about the progression here. I've got a new video coming out, day in the life. Definitely check that video out. It's going to be pretty amazing, pretty fun. And I've also got some big news to be sharing at some point in the near future. I've been working on some stuff in the background just to provide more value to the industry, the community, and especially to those people who have been quite loyal and just been here since the whole YouTube journey as well. I'll definitely be giving you guys some benefits on them sides, but even so, some big developments coming through, and yeah, I'll be dropping the next video. I'll be dropping is probably going to be a sort of life as a full-time trader. So not a day in the life, not a week in the life, kind of just general life. So I've just kind of filmed clips amongst throughout them. It was a week, but then it kind of just expanded to like 3 weeks now. So it's kind of just like just a lot of different things that I'm doing that I'm just putting into this content that I do, so you can kind of get an insight from that as well. But overall, I hope you got some value from this video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye bye.